Okay, what's up guys? Hakano Chills here. This is another game I saw around on itch.io, and it also seems like it's a pretty short but very digestible game. So it's a little dated, but I thought we just try something. So apparently it's about this dollhouse, and there's like two dolls, and I guess they fight for attention or something. Light spills through the tiny windows of the dollhouse, catching the flecks of dust in the air. Though it's early in the morning, the inhabitants have been awake for a little while now. It's to be expected that toys wouldn't have quite the same grasp on time as you do. Dahlia? No, Dahlia. Whisker, you've hardly touched your tea. Who's Whisker? Oh, the rabbit. I think that's the rabbit. Her least of all, she's an antique. You could at least pretend to drink it since I went to the trouble of making it. The stuffed rabbit sits at the table, a frown on its embroidered face. Turns its head away from the cup in defiance. Geez, you're so moody lately. I know it's not terribly fun to be stuck alone here with me. Here, I imagine my Beangee's getting in the way, so here, let me take that away. There we go. Imagine people would also want to see the subtitles. But you're not doing yourself any favors by being difficult. Don't you think we should be making the best of it? This guy does not want to talk. I really wish you'd let me cut you a mouth so you could try to hold a conversation. Oh, no, he just can't talk. Oh, he's devastated. The rabbit scurries off across the wooden floor and down the stairs. Dahlia sighs. It was only a suggestion. I'm not gonna force you. Suppose that's another cup down the drain then. Dahlia gathers up the teacup and saucer from the floor to take down to the kitchen. Okay. Where do we come in? Are we just watching this? Though Whisker has been in the house for a while with her now, he has always been terribly skittish. The kitchen holds the rest of the tea set, always ready for a hypothetical tea party that thus far hadn't come to fruition. The rabbit wasn't about to sit at the table with her. Thinking back on it, she has trouble recalling who it was that used to sit there with her. You're listening right now, aren't you? I'm fairly certain I can hear you out there. Oh, us. Sound of large fingers gently tapping nails on the outside of the house answer her question. She smiles softly. There you are. Maybe you could join me? I'm not sure how you would fit in here with me, but I would welcome you anyway. Perhaps you could let me outside. I would sit on the roof to be closer to you. You know better than to give her way on that. Cracks on her face tell the story of a previous excursion outside of the house. Oh, okay, so she can't leave because then she's just gonna hurt herself. She's met with silence. Her smile holds patiently. For all of 10 seconds. Fine, then I won't be entertaining you either. If the urge to be reasonable finds you, I'll be reading in my room. You're like some tsundere or something? She storms out of the kitchen and up the stairs. You decide to give her some time to cool off while you leave to run an errand. You have a feeling she'll lighten up when you retrieve your new purchase. The dollhouse is a little bit cleaner than it was this morning. Dahlia has spent some time dusting and picking up. She prefers her home spotless, or at least she used to. Now seems she settles for clean enough, and she never bothers with the attic anymore. I wonder why. She idly straightens the decorations atop her wardrobe in her room. A heavy thump quickly undoes this. What? She turns, looking around in surprise. Hesitantly, she peers out of her bedroom door and down the stairs. Whisker's already in the foyer investigating. What is it? She descends the stairs, delicate joints clicking with each step. She finds a large box taking up the entryway. Oh my, a present? Her eyes light up with interest, running her fingers over the wooden exterior. So is that the thing? That has to be the thing we bought, right? There's a quirk to her brow when she realizes it's cheap, compressed wood. Something new then? Whisker presses his ear to the side of the box. He hops back away when he hears a cough from inside, hiding behind Dahlia. What is it? She searches around the lid, unable to quite pull it up. She finally finds the hook on the other side and undoes it from the small peg that holds the lid shut. She practically throws the lid open, a bright smile on her face. Oh, Wesker. Oh, Wesker. Oh my god. A new friend. Ah, is he dead? I'm not dead. Oh, good. I gotta give this guy a voice or something. Clown in the box hangs limply when Dahlia drags him out of the box by his shirt. She's surprised to find he's mostly fabric with little structure underneath. His sleeves are half empty, tied at the seams with a ruffle. All in all, his head is solid, but his body is plush. Hello, new friend. My name is Dahlia, and this is my friend Oh, Wesker. Alright, I need to stop with that. Ev's ears slide back, looking none too friendly, keeps his distance. Sorry for all excitement, it's just been so long since we had a new toy. Well, not had, obviously we don't have you. What are you actually? Oh, where on earth are my manners? What do you go by, friend? No, I don't go by friend. And I'm a puppet. My name is Huxley. Oh wait, I'm voicing for the dude. My name is Huxley. Huxley, how nice. And a puppet. Why, that does explain it. Oh, let me take you to a chair. I shouldn't be holding you the whole time like a little bear. Does he not have legs? Oh no, he's a puppet, right. With Huxley comfortably situated in his chair at the table, Dahlia sits opposite him. She's all smiles, even though the clown looks so sullen. Here, have some tea. Oh, can you hold the cup? Have a silly straw. Thanks. Despite the thanks, the clown doesn't make any move to drink the tea. Are you alright, Huxley? I don't expect you to be quite as excited as me, but you look so upset. I'm not upset. But what's there to be excited for? You've taken me out of the box, and here I am to sit in another box. The only difference is that I'm not the only one in this box. Ah, but that makes all the difference, doesn't it? I do enjoy watching Whisker, but he's not one for conversation. And now this won't be such a lonely place. What do you want to do? I'll show you that there's a fun place, that there's fun to have here. I don't want anything, thanks. Oh. Awkward. Well, surely that isn't true. Everyone wants something. Do you want some quiet? We could lie on the floor and watch the star projector. If that's what you would like to do. Oh, I read it wrong. No, we're trying to find something you want to do. Do you want to tell jokes? You are a clown. If you'd like. Did you hear about the clown car that crashed out in the middle of nowhere? There were 30 casualties. I don't think I get that one. I'll try again. What do you get when you boil a clown? A laughingstock. Ha ha ha, oh that's funny. Oh no, he made the joke. Oh, I'm fucking up. Clown soup. I'd be able to have polka dots too. Oh, let me try. A clown named Paglachi goes to see a therapist. Oh darn it, I messed it up. You're a funny lady, Dahlia. Oh, you smiled! Bro. No, he might be the tsundere. Never mind. Oh, don't stop just because I pointed it out. I'll start getting the idea you're determined to sulk. Sorry. I just haven't told any jokes in a while. No audience unless I got brought out just for that. So I stopped. What's the point? The point of telling jokes? The point of coming up with jokes if I only get to tell them when someone gives me the time of day. I don't like being a puppet. The only choice I get is to not participate. So I started doing that. Opting out. Oh, so you just don't do anything? Nothing I want to do. Which I don't want to do much lately, so... yeah, kind of. He looks uncomfortable at the direction of the conversation. You know, I'm already forgetting this is supposed to be a horror game, guys, by the way. So I don't know. It's clear he hasn't had to explain himself at length before, especially when so withdrawn from everything. Dahlia, on the other hand, is clearly mulling this idea over in her head. Do you think you'd want to do more if you could get around better on your own? Since then, you can go where you like and not have to wait for someone to bring you there. So that would make things easier for me. No offense, but I don't think I want you stitching anything onto me if that's what you're thinking. Huh? What? Are you just assuming I'd be bad at it? I choose to keep my answer to myself. That wasn't what I was thinking about anyway. Wait here for just a moment. Try not to go anywhere. Dahlia leaves the kitchen, hurrying off back to the foyer. She stands near the box Huxley arrived in and looks up, her gaze aimless as though she isn't quite sure of where to look. Hello up there, I imagine you're still watching, yes? Thank you for sending me a new friend. I know I've asked for one a lot, but I'm afraid I need to ask for something else. I'm sorry for asking so soon after receiving this gift. But it isn't for me, so I hope that might make up for it. So do you think perhaps you can give me something to help Huxley move? Perhaps wheels? Or a wooden skeleton? I guess that's all we can do. You suppose there couldn't be any harm in it. The puppet is really so broken that it can't even keep her company. Doesn't do much good, does it? It will have to be a modification so simple that even the toys can figure it out, though. You have an idea. Surely with only a single item to work with, she'll understand what needs to be done. Place your gift in the box Huxley had arrived in. Dahlia looks on in surprise as she sees a large spring in the box. Oh, yes, this is perfect, thank you so much. She eagerly plucks her prize from the container, needing both hands to carry it. It's as long as her legs at the very least. Seeing as it's a bit unwieldy, perhaps it isn't the best idea to bring it near the tea set. Is that a whole word? She ends up leaving it behind and fetching Huxley instead. It takes the pair a few minutes to figure out the logistics of the attachment, but in the end it is soon securely to the openings of Huxley's body. So she did have to end up sewing something. It takes a moment to get used to balancing on the spring. Spring? Ah, this is certainly different. I think I'm getting the hang of it though. The stairs would take some practice. That's what the railing is for, at least until you get better at jumping. Perhaps soon you'll be able to leap from the landing to the upper doorway in one go. She laughs at the idea, but he seems to be very seriously considering it. I'd say it's possible. Perhaps so. Everything else is upstairs, right? What about the back room? More stairs, unfortunately. That's the doorway to the attic. And what's up there? More stairs? The ceiling, silly! And some old odds and ends. Some things just don't really have a place in the house. But they still have to go somewhere. Perhaps we could eventually convert it into a bedroom for you. Your cruelty knows no bounds, Lady Dahlia. making a man able to jump and putting him in a room with a low ceiling. Ah, I didn't mean... I know, I'm only teasing you. For someone who kept wanting me to lighten up, you sure aren't good at recognizing a joke. Oh, don't tease me. But I'm happy to see you're in much better spirits. I am. I never had something like this. Though, is this really okay? What do you mean? Nothing. I didn't like being a puppet, so I don't know why I should feel odd about becoming something else. Like a jack-in-a-box. I would never. Heh. I mean to say, I'm not getting back in that box. Of course not. But you will have to sleep somewhere. And I suppose the box can stay here in the foyer. We can make it into a table or use it as a chest. I just don't want to have to carry it up to the attic. Whatever you want to do with it, it's not mine. But yeah, I guess this makes me a jack out of the box. Which I'd also never do. Dahlia tilts her head in confusion once more. Huxley spares her any explanation of the joke. I mean, like, leave the... He means, like, leave the actual dollhouse, but... I'm actually feeling a little fidgety now. I think I want to give the stairs a try. Will you show me the rest of the house if I make it up? Of course! And if you can't, I'll carry you up. I'll make it up even if I have to drag myself up. Just, maybe go stand out of the way, just in case. With some time and effort, and a couple of paintings knocked off of the wall, Huxley manages to make his way up the stairs. Dahlia feels perhaps a few new cracks were added to her face from the worry with which she watched when he twice spilled backwards down the stairs. Luckily, the clown was not so delicate as she was. He bounced like rubber, perhaps that's what he was made of. The thought remains in her mind that she'll have to remind her new friend that she is much more fragile than he is. But for now, she hurries up after him to congratulate him and show him around the floor. The linen closet isn't exactly a room, but it's important to show regardless. The bathroom is of slightly more importance, of course, though perhaps less important than it would have been in a real house. I guess so, because they wouldn't be using the bathroom, would they? Huxley notes the lingering smell of paint and powders in the bathroom. Must be where Dahlia... I can't... Can I hide this? Preference? Here, I'm gonna see if I can... Can I... Hey, you know... Let's see, I'm gonna hide whatever this text is right here. Tends to her face. I'm just gonna assume that's what it says. And lastly, Dahlia brings him to her room. I don't think I've ever had anyone in here before. Well, aside from Whisker. You don't think so? Where's that little guy anyway? I kind of expected him to join us for the tour. Oh, don't mind him. He's so jumpy these days. Couldn't even tell you why. Perhaps he's less confident without other plush animals around. Did there used to be more? I can't seem to recall. I know I knew a teddy bear once. Perhaps he was a friend of Whisker's? So these guys don't have good memory at all. She frowns, brows furrowed in concentration. Huxley watches on with concern. Is remembering things a regular problem for you, Dahlia? In a sense, I suppose it is. Very little changes in the house, so the days tend to blend together. If I have trouble remembering something, I'd be hard-pressed to know whether it's due to forgetfulness or because it happened longer ago than I realize. I've recently started writing in my journal again, though, so that should help with the more recent days. I wasn't sure where it was for a while, so I'll have to really make good use of it now that I have it again. Yeah, sounds like a plan. And if I get curious, I could always read up on what I missed before I got here. Absolutely not. I keep it locked so you couldn't even if you wanted to. You couldn't even if you wanted to. Just another joke, Dahlia. I wouldn't read your diary. You'd better not. Now what was I going to show you in here? Oh, I wanted to show you here in my wardrobe. I keep my dresses here, but it's full of many games as well. You can feel free to help yourself to any of them if you find yourself looking for something to play. I have my bookcase in here as well. I have all the classics. Pride and Prejudice, A Little Princess, Hans Christian Andersen's Fairy Tales collection. Quite the collection, Dahlia. Are you teasing me again? No, they're just very you. Huh? Except that one. The complete short stories of Edgar Allan Poe. A little bit of a gothic at heart, are you? I did say I love the classics. What about you, Mr. Know-It-All? You're making yourself sound rather well-read. I've just heard my share of bedtime stories in my day. And the others I've heard a little of in homework form. Ugh. I have to say, it hasn't made me the most bookish kind of guy. Except maybe joke books. Ah, well in your words, that's very you. There's no shame in it, but I warn you that you will eventually want to do some reading. Beggars can't be choosers for entertainment in this house. Though I'd be happy to read to you. I can see it now. I'll let you know if I have trouble falling asleep here. Then maybe I could use it. These guys are cool. They're cool. It's refreshing to see Dahlia looking so lively again after so much time spent by herself in the dollhouse. She's had her problems in the past getting along with other toys, but the clown seems to be a good choice. Entertaining as a jester should be, but not so energetic that he would impose upon her lifestyle. She considers herself to be an elegant lady, after all, and some wild fool would certainly find themselves met with friction when it came to living with her. Hopefully they continue to get along. In the following days, they seem to adjust well enough. They play their games and have their tea together, and even Whisker seems to be more at ease with Huxley there. It's a point of concern in some ways. Hopefully the rabbit doesn't come to be too affectionate with the clown. But for now, it's happy days within the dollhouse. You find yourself watching them regularly. Today they've gathered in the attic to improve Huxley's sleeping area. Oh, some of the text kind of goes down there. Okay, so they've been getting along, everything's going well. I'm sorry we don't have a better place to keep a lot of things, though I'm happy the bed is finally seeing some use. It's not too bad. The spiders have been keeping me company at night. Spiders? Well, probably just little mites. I have wondered about some of the things you keep up here, though. Don't just change the subject after mentioning spiders. Are there really spiders up here? No, I was only joking, Dahlia. Ah, you'd better be. Horrible creatures. Now, what were you wondering about? Well, I noticed some of the things seem out of place here. The paintings, sure, they make sense for you to have. There are some old brass knickknacks in here that don't look like any of your other stuff. Like this big brass horse head. It's a knight? But you are right, it doesn't look familiar. And there's some old clothing up here. Oh, I really haven't cleaned up here in some time, but I didn't think there was anything but spare decor items. What sort of clothing is it? Well, I found some bow ties, like the formal kind, not like my ribbon. And no offense to our dearest lady, Dahlia, but they wouldn't really suit you. Do they belong to Whisker? No, Whisker doesn't really have many belongings to speak of. Whisker shakes his head to confirm this. Oh. Only has a little bed in my room and a few little toys of his own. Though half the time he seems to prefer playing with balled up paper more than the things I make for him. One doll's trash is a rabbit's treasure. I'm almost certain that that's not how the phrase goes. Well, in any case, they seem like men's clothes to me. Though I did see some old hairbrushes and things as well. Not ones that match your sets, though. Do you think some of this was left from whoever lived in the house before you? I suppose that's possible. Though it seems stranger to me that the owner wouldn't remove such things before placing me here. Maybe the owner hoped for a more masculine doll. I'm sure I'm exactly what they were hoping for. They've had me this long after all. Well, the owner doesn't seem to be interested in doing much at your home regardless, so maybe they didn't bother with this? Or they're using your storage for their extra things. Oh, I hadn't considered that. And they get quiet at times, but that doesn't mean they lack interest. They love me. And I love them too. You two should get a room then. Or I guess a house. Oh hush, there's no need to be jealous, Huxley. I'm sure they love you too. You wouldn't be living here if they didn't find something appealing about you. It must have been my sparkling personality then. Perhaps it was. Right. Well, I don't have any doubts that they're just tossing me in here for your sake if they really love you so much. How do you mean? Well, you have told me a few times just how lonely it is here without someone to have conversations with. And here I am. Well, I'm happy you're here, but I doubt it's just for me. It's all the same to me, so as long as they leave me be, I'm just fine. Oh, that's just silly, Huxley. I know you'd join their intention if you got it. Doubt it. Such a sourpuss. 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 Why'd I say sourpuss? I suppose we'll find out the next time they do decide to check in on us regardless. I'll be holding my breath until then. Okay, so there's already a jealousy thing going on here. Though Huxley's kinda seems to be jealous that, Dahlia has gotten a lot of attention and thinks like the only reason he's here is because we wanted to give Dahlia a friend, not because we found him appealing, but you know, we'll see how this goes. Conversation comes to a stop as the pair go back to cleaning, but it leaves you with some thinking to do. It has been a little time since you initially purchased the clown, so you had a little time to get to know more about him. More so than you could have known taking him off of the shelf. At this point... Oh man, we gotta pick. What do I pick? You know, I don't know. I like both of them, dude. I don't... Okay. You know what? How about this? I'm gonna pick one so I can go back and because I know there's like at least 2 routes. So any mini money you still feel Huxley is better suited as something of a distraction for Dahlia. Okay, so I picked Dahlia. Flawed little thing that she is, you wouldn't have kept her this long if you didn't have some attachment to her. Wait. I could save it, right? Oh wait, no. Oh, actually no. No, because it wouldn't matter. Oh, I closed the game. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, the Wheel of Fortune picked Dahlia, so we're gonna go with Dahlia first. Especially with how poorly she gets along with other toys. She's quite lucky that even though she's so much trouble, you have quite the sentimental view of her. Hopefully the clown learns his place with time and stops bringing you down the mood for her. If not, you could always make some adjustments. Okay. But nothing can last forever. It's clear enough the honeymoon phase is coming to an end by the argument by the let's say argument. By the argument you find already in progress when you check on the house today. Huxley, you picked out our game 3 times in a row. We're gonna play what I want today. You literally offered to let me choose. You can't say you don't care what we play and then take it back because you didn't like what I picked. I didn't know you were going to pick the worst one when I said that. The worst one? You seemed fine with it the other day. But fine, let's play this one instead. You like Parlor Detective, don't you? Are you serious? I'm just more in the mood for a word game. So you had a specific game in mind. I didn't realize which one I wanted until now. It's not as though I planned to argue with you. Could have fooled me. You're so sour, Huxley. I'll get the game set up while you're over there sulking. You'll feel better once we start playing. Hey, Whisker, what do you make of this? The rabbit looks up from his place on the little pet bed on the floor. He seems uneasy at being addressed in the middle of their tiff. Whisker doesn't even talk, Huxley. I know you're playing some joke. Whisker, do you think Dahlia already started the game without me? I'm still setting it up. Because I'm starting to think we're playing charades or ESP tester. Or maybe just mind games. I don't think expecting you to take me at my word requires you to be psychic. The only funny thing about this is how silly you're acting over some board games. Yeah, well, maybe I'm not in the mood for your kind of game. So you're pitching a fit over not getting your way? Ha, that's rich. No, if you just said what you wanted from the beginning, I wouldn't care. Honestly, if you wanted to watch paint dry and you're serious about it, that'd be fine with me. But I'd rather drink paint than get jerked around. Then enjoy the taste of your new colors. I'm not in the mood to play anymore. Dahlia shoves the little letter tabs and the game board back into the box she had been removing them from. Even Huxley looks a bit surprised at this reaction, but primarily he looks irritated. It's odd to see him so worked up. Though he has been more lively since Dahlia helped him get back on his feet, it's rare to see him feel so strongly about anything. The general state of ennui he carries himself with leaves little room for such emotional outbursts. Not beyond a sarcastic remark, anyway. So seeing him like this, it's a little worrisome. Once the game is put away, Dahlia moves to push him along toward the door, meeting resistance when she does. What are you doing? We're not going to be playing anything now, so I want some time to myself. Get out of my room. How mature of you, Miss Dahlia. Really befitting a lady of your caliber. Out! The clown finally exits the room and she slams the door behind him. With him gone, she sighs and presses her back to the door. It takes her a few minutes, but she gathers herself and straightens out her dress and then her hair. When she looks around and sees Whisker is no longer in the room either, she sits down on her bed and she takes up her diary and pen from her dresser. I swear, I can't count on anyone to just be civil. She begins to write. You decide to leave her to her personal writing. The next morning, you decide to check in on the dollhouse to make sure things have cooled off from the day before. Dahlia is waiting in the kitchen, presumably for the other toys. She seems to be lost in thought. The distant look leaves her face when Huxley enters the room. You can tell by his expression he's wary of what she might say to him. Presumably they haven't spoken since their fight. It's probably good that you're here to watch them just in case. Good morning, Dahlia. His tone is flat, cautious perhaps. Good morning, Huxley. Dahlia's greeting is chipper, her tone sing-song as though she doesn't even recall the fight before. The clown is caught off guard for a moment by this, but regains his composure. I was just waiting to make breakfast. I assume Whisker won't be joining us, but that's alright. I'll leave out some leftovers for him. What will be having? Wait. No, that was her talking. My bad. I was doing the Huxley voice on her. What will we be having today? You're leaving it to me to choose. Oh, sorry, I wasn't asking you. She must mean you then. I can just see nothing though. I'm gonna say nothing. Dahlia and Huxley wait in silence for your answer. At first you're worried that they'll just stand there until you do something, but Huxley is finally the one to break the stillness in the kitchen by looking aside at Dahlia. Maybe they're not there. Perhaps. I thought for certain they would come to see us today, though. Let's wait a little bit longer. I'll just make myself some toast if that's alright. Are you sure? I'm not sure of what I'll make, but it will definitely be better than just plain toast. Dahlia says this as though to tempt him, but it's clear from her tone she's displeased with this attempt to avoid whatever decision she expects you to make about the food. He seems to catch on to this too. Alright, I guess we'll wait. It's likely only to avoid another argument like before, but in a way you're relieved to see him settling into Dahlia's routine. How can you tell when they're here anyway? You asked so readily. Oh, I ask every day. You usually sleep in, though, Mr. Lazybones. Lazy no bones? Well, I was having trouble sleeping, so I'm up early. Oh, let's have some chamomile tea before bed tonight then? Sure you sleep well in. Yeah. For now, I'll just brew some coffee while we wait. You like coffee, don't you? Sure. Even if you didn't, you sound like you need it today. Just sit at the table. He does as she tells him while she goes to put the kettle on the stove. You're glad she has someone else to direct her neediness at, in a way. But at the same time, it would be depressing to watch them waiting around for you to do something. They seem like they're getting along in the loosest sense of the word, so you leave them alone for now. Hopefully Dahlia gets impatient and makes them some food. But you're sure even if she doesn't, Huxley will just sneak something to eat later. He clearly isn't a fan of you, and your opinion isn't something he'd wait around all day for like Dahlia. Your hopes that the toys wouldn't need much more supervision to keep getting along turn out to be a little too optimistic. Find yourself regularly checking in on them when you hear their arguments breaking on the dollhouse. Despite Huxley's original harsh demeanor toward Dahlia, when she would snap at him, you find he is becoming more and more upset by these developments. You never really took him for the emotional type, you're not sure what to make of it. Dahlia is convinced that he is only crocodile tears for her. Even if so, you find yourself worried about the state of the dollhouse if they continue to bicker this way. You only brought Huxley in as a way to keep her entertained and to provide her some company that would actually talk to her. But you're starting to wonder if that was the right decision. The mood in the house has become unhospitable, and you sometimes find yourself considering separating the two by adding an extra wall to divide the dollhouse. But that would hardly be a practical solution. Like every other day, you find yourself checking out the dollhouse when it becomes too quiet. You need to see what the two inside are up to. See, Dahlia is currently having some tea in the kitchen by herself. She seems fairly content, but you did hear another fight earlier. Check the attic for Huxley next, expecting to find him moping by himself after another rough day. But he's not there. What is he doing in here? Or in there? You watch in silence. Whisker rests on the pet bed in the room, and his head turns to look at the clown as he crosses the room. Huxley brings an arm up to his own face and mimes a shushing noise. A little difficult to do without fingers, but the rabbit seems to understand. Lays his head back down, and Huxley continues across the room. He lingers at the bookshelf, bending down to examine the spine of each entry there. Checks the board games as well. Not finding what he's looking for, he heads to the dresser next. His eyes wander over the basket of flowers and the color of small desk items Dahlia keeps there. A little notepad with a list of chores and repairs to be made sits on top. He leafs through this but drops it back in place when he sees how mundane its contents are. His lips tighten in discomfort. He slowly opens the first drawer of the dresser. Shuts it more quickly than he opened it. At least you can be sure he wasn't looking for the contents of that one. Oh, right. He opens the next one, and this time reaches inside Dahlia's diary. I knew this guy was going to read it. Closes the drawer and leaves the room, heading right back up to the attic with his findings. Whisker gives a worried frown from his position on the pet bed. This is a bad idea. The lock on the diary is a minor obstacle. He simply uses a small knife in the kitchen to cut it as close to where it attaches to the book as possible. Just be glued back in place. Huxley opens the book and sets it out on one of the dusty boxes so that he can more easily read it and turn the pages. His touch is careful, aware of how suspicious it would be for any of the diary's pages to be ripped. Though he notices right away some of the older ones are missing. You originally had taken out those for Dahlia, but now you're glad you did for an entirely different reason. You never thought about other toys snooping. 19 Dear Diary. So this is like in the 1900s. I can't seem to find my own journal, so we'll be starting fresh. But it is a lovely day for such fresh starts. Rose finished another painting for today for the foyer. The results are beautiful. She's such a talent with paint. I wish that I could make anything half as lovely. I can at least say I provide something in return since I'm working on a new dress for her. Do hope that she likes it. Dear Diary, I've asked for some flowers to put up some arrangements around the house. Since Rose paints so many flowers, I'm sure she would like some for her still lifes as well. I'm not sure why I'm bothering though with how difficult she's been lately. Seems like she disagrees with me just for the sake of it, even on the littlest thing. I'm not gonna say anything to her about it, but I wish that she would stop regardless. Honestly, I think she's jealous of me. It's the only thing I can think of. Rose used to be so sweet, but now it's like walking on glass to be around her. Or is it eggshells? Okay, so it seems like we ripped the pages of like previous toys that got jealous because we gave her so much attention. That's what I'm getting at here. So, and I guess the diary acts as a way of her remembering. Either way, she needs to stop picking fights with me. Our owner is only excited by her because she's something new enough to still be a novelty. If she thinks that means she's better than me, her wooden head is as empty as it sounds when the wind blows through the house. Who? A crude drawing of a doll's head with wind blowing in one ear and the other adorns the next page. A couple after that are removed. Interesting. Interesting, so this is probably a different toy now. I'm terribly lonely here. I think the owner sent Rose away due to my complaints. I haven't seen her in days and they won't answer me as to her whereabouts. Okay, so I guess at one point we just took her out, but there's like pages missing, so I don't know, we don't actually know. Or has it been weeks? I'm not sure anymore. So I suppose it can't have been days since I'm having difficulty remembering exactly when we last spoke, even picturing her face. I wish she had left behind some self-portraits. I miss her dearly. Huxley frowns and skips ahead past many pages of mundane daily goings on around the empty house. They range from cheerfully recountings of craft projects to desperate letters to no one expounding on her loneliness. A new home with new faces. I was able to bring a few things with me, but it feels quite frightening all the same. Luckily, Lucille has been a very gracious host. She shares everything with me with an eagerness that tells me she has been as lonely as I have in these past years. Though I don't enjoy sleeping in the attic, it's rather eerie up here. I feel terribly out of place. Maybe if I wish hard enough, I'll return to the home I know. Huxley eyes the old bed frame that now holds his own bed. He had just assumed Dahlia had always lived here and it was her home. Wait, so there was another I think there was like another toy here before Dahlia. So this wasn't originally Dahlia's house, I think. But then I think it was like Lucille's, whoever's the host. And then they got murked. I don't know what happened to them. Lucille's not what I thought she was. She's so cruel when she wants to be. Today we sat on the roof together to see the stars. She pushed me. The owner doesn't believe me. They replaced the arm that was damaged, but my face can't quite be restored. My eye. Oh, so that was when they were outside. So she got that crack from her. I feel so broken beyond that though. Perhaps I'm just very unlucky, but nothing ever quite works out in my favor. If I can convince the owner of what Lucille did, perhaps they'll actually do something, but until then, I think I'll just be avoiding her. Lest I say something that would further prevent any sort of peaceful resolution. She deserved it. They wouldn't have done that if she didn't. Or stares at the pages, chewing his lip and looking deep in thought. Also, what did we do to Lucille? At least through the next quiet stage of Dahlia's life until he finds another name. After so long, the owner has gifted me new friends. Theodore and Whisker are a delightful little pair. Theodore? I would never say so to them, but I'm a little disappointed that the owner didn't think to bring me a doll like myself. But Theodore is still a kindly gentleman, even if he is rather fuzzy. And Whisker knows so many tricks. Such an agile little thing. I'm sure we're going to get along grandly. This section seems to be missing the most pages. There are areas where even Dahlia writes about her frustration with her diary being tampered with and how often she finds herself confused about past events the other toys discuss with her. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure we're like ticking off pages because we know Dahlia is not good at remembering stuff. So this is why she has her diary, right? So we're kind of like making her forget things, I guess, about previous toys or what happened to them. Eventually, Huxley finds in the newer pages that Theodore's name simply isn't mentioned again, not even in a memoir fashion as when Dahlia lamented the loss of her initial friend. Huxley finds more recent entries as he seeks the point where he initially arrived. Finally, a friend. A new friend who might be as sad as me, but at least he speaks. At least it's not only me now. At least I can look at his face and recognize him. I had started to think perhaps the owner hated me. They placate me with gifts, but they never let me out anymore. And I know they have other toys. I can see them from the window, working on their projects. Only just barely. I don't always understand what I'm seeing, but I know that's what they're working with. Unknowable things, but knowable faces. If Huxley hadn't arrived, I didn't know what I would have done. I was at my wit's end, but finally things are normal again. Huxley is a curious fellow. I rather appreciate the humor he brings to the house, even if I wish Whisker wouldn't look at him quite so interestedly. Whisker ignores me when he can. But I'm happy to share my books and my time with Huxley. I don't know if he understands our situation quite the same way that I do, but he likely already knows that there won't be more toys added to this house after him. To his home after him. Unless one of us were to be replaced, of course. But I wouldn't let that happen. Wouldn't let either of us be replaced or wouldn't let herself be replaced. The rest of this is just about things we've done together, though. She does kind of talk about me like she thinks I'm stupid or something. Huxley frowns and finally closes the diary. This was a waste of time. Now I have to fix the strap too. I remember seeing some glue in Dahlia's scrapbooking supplies. I'll just use that. Leaves the attic to return the book to its original hiding place in the bedroom. She's gonna catch him, watch. Dahlia's already there. Why are you acting like that, Whisker? You funny little bunny. You never tried to play with my things before. Now give my hairbrush back. Come, come. Huh? Huxley tries haphazardly to hide the book behind its loose sleeves. Oh, hey Dahlia. Hello Huxley. Did you need something? No, I was just... It really was quiet up in the attic. Oh, isn't it always though? She smiles, amused by what sounds to her like a very silly excuse to come find her. I was just brushing my hair until Whisker stole my brush. Silly little thing. Whisker tenses as Dahlia reaches for him. He squeaks as she picks him up by the scruff. Dahlia, be careful. That looks really uncomfortable for him. Oh, he's just being dramatic. He always is when I pick him up. She tugs on the brush and Whisker's paws. Huxley finally catches on to why the rabbit is acting so strange. tries to inch closer to the dresser while Dahlia is occupied with Whisker. The book slides right out of his grip and onto the floor when he tries to lean over toward the dresser. Dahlia drops Whisker, her eyes trailing right down to where her diary lies on the floor. She looks stunned, but only for a moment. What are you doing? Dahlia, that's my private writing. What is wrong with you? Coming to my room and stealing things. You horrible creature. I had a reason, okay? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it. What reason could you possibly have for riffling through my drawers and violating my privacy? I share everything with you, Huxley. I should at least have my own thoughts to myself. I want to know what was going on in your head. You've been getting really mean with me lately, so I thought I'd just see what I was doing wrong. If it was me or you, or if I was doing something that was upsetting you, I should have just talked to you about it. You're accusing me of being mean when you've stolen from me? And just how have I mistreated you, Huxley? This is my home and I'm sharing it with you. I make you food and I play games with you. I even fix you. I wasn't broken, you know. And that's part of it. You do things for me, but then you act like I owe you. Like you're counting how many favors you've given me to return in later. Plus, you get so angry about everything even if it doesn't go your way. I don't want to feel like I have to watch every little thing I say or you'll get upset. You have an awful attitude, Huxley. What am I supposed to say? Being upset by your rude behavior isn't unreasonable. Disagreeing with you isn't rude. So is stealing not rude either? I already apologized. And if the things I do for you to make you feel so awful, then I don't think I should do anything for you anymore. You ingrate. You're being ridiculous about this. Coming from a clown. Maybe you're right. Maybe you weren't broken before like I thought. Maybe you're just made wrong in the first place. Dahlia cups her hands around her mouth and looks up at the ceiling. You can take your spring back. We don't want it anymore. Dahlia! Get rid of it. Get it out of my house. Stop it! Huxley shoves Dahlia backwards, causing her to stumble. She trips over Wesker, scurries to try to get out of the way. There's a quiet crack when she hits the ground. Huxley stares at her with her eyes wide. I didn't mean... You decide you've seen enough of this. Wait! You scoop the clown out of the dollhouse as Dahlia picks herself back up. You can see her limp as she steps forward, likely some minor leg damage. You'll have to fix that. As for Huxley, clearly giving him equal footing with Dahlia in the home was a mistake. Oh nah. Carefully tie out the sections of fabric that keep the spring in place in the puppet's body. Once it's done, you set the metal piece aside. It's what she asked for after all, and in this case you're inclined to agree with her. Gently place Huxley back to the dollhouse. His breathing is heavy and his body trembles as he lies on the floor, unwilling to get back up just yet. He's so sensitive about any sort of contact with you. Pitiful, really. Dahlia brushes off her dress and she frowns at him. She frowns down on him on the ground and looks back at her with glossy eyes. Okay, this is actually kind of fucked up though. Dahlia. Huxley's expression betrays the level of hurt he's feeling, even beyond the physical change. This is clearly an incredibly deep betrayal in his eyes. What? You got by without it before. But since you think my input doesn't matter anymore, there's no reason to keep using the thing I decided to give you, right? You'll figure something out all by yourself. Unless you decide to take back what you said and plead with me for forgiveness. Huxley's expression darkens and he goes quiet. Silence hangs thickly in the air, stifling the mood in the room. Whisker looks uneasy despite the look not being directed at him. He's quick to leave the room. Well? Dahlia, if you really think you're right about this, your face isn't the only thing that's cracked. Doll's eyes widen and she shoots the clown an incredulous, infuriated look. Is that so? I guess I'll be taking the attic back as well. You came with the room anyway, didn't you? You can sleep in that box. How about you give me your bed instead, since you'll have to sleep in mine if you want to keep me out of it. You're so ridiculous. I thought we were friends, but your jealousy clearly is too much for you to overcome. It's such a pity. Why couldn't you just play nicely, Huxley? I was playing nice. That was my mistake. Just watch yourself. No, just watch yourself if you're thinking about getting mean with me, Harley Quinn. You know our other friend would be quick to punish you if you raised a hand to me. Huxley's eyes search the room, passing over the ceiling, the windows. He knows you're watching, which he should. You don't want him getting any ideas, considering you already had to confiscate the spring. And just like that, he seems to lose all energy. You're right. It's pointless. So why don't you just go crawl in your box? Huxley says nothing as he leaves the room, having to pull himself along the floor. This is just so fucked, dude. This is so... I know this was horror, but I wasn't thinking like... This is more like psychological horror, right? Just like watching this, like... I just don't like watching this. This is just degrading. On his end, I guess. When he reaches the stairs, Whisker at least helps him along, once he's sure Dahlia can't see. Dahlia, on the other hand, is looking pleased with herself despite the edge of sourness still affecting her mood. Honestly, can you believe the nerve of him? I do so much for him and he decides to treat me like this in my own home. Clearly he forgot whose house this is. I shouldn't have expected much sense from a clown anyway. Thank you for looking out for me. I know you would. We've been through so much together. I love you, my dear. When you check on Huxley, he really has returned to his box, curled up inside much like when you first put him in the house. You imagined how he'll get over his mood with enough time. Hopefully he comes back out with a new attitude as well. You expected a little better when you chose him, honestly. In any case, you're glad that the little problem has been taken care of. Later in the evening, a surprisingly loud sound draws your attention back to the dollhouse. Check the foyer first. The large mirror near the attic door remains intact. Huxley doesn't seem to be in the box anymore. He must have snuck back up to the attic to sleep. Doesn't seem to be present here either. And it appears the picture frame in this room also wasn't the source of the noise, as it's still in one piece. We already saw into the kitchen from the entryway and it was completely dark. So that leaves... Probably... Did he probably did something to Dahlia, huh? If there's like a... You decide to check Dahlia's room. Though it's unlikely, she does have a decorated window. It would be possible break, as well as various glass knickknacks. It looks like she's awake as well, as you see a dark shape on her bed. Close to the bed, you realize there's something lying on the floor. The brass night piece? You're putting off the inevitable. You finally move the curtains of Dahlia's bed to look in on her. Oh, he broke her. Ah, you're here already. I kind of expected to see you in the morning. Oopsie. I guess this is a little awkward for you, isn't it? You look at Dahlia's remains on the bed. Oh, I don't like this, dude. One of her glass eyes rests on the comforter. You painstakingly replicated her original one after she was first damaged. Now there isn't even a face to house it. She's only porcelain, but somehow the sight of her head completely disfigured like this still feels horribly cruel. You're probably still looking at her, right? You spoiled her, you know? It's pretty awful for you to put me in this position, but maybe worse for her. Can't imagine someone gets to be in her position without being enabled in some ways. Maybe that's why she couldn't get along with anyone before me. But hey, you have a new favorite now, right? Even if you hate me, I'm the only one now. Or do you only like pretty little dolls? Oh, I didn't do anything to Whisker. I haven't seen him since I got the chess piece from the attic. What do you care anyway? If you liked him, you wouldn't have let Dahlia treat him like a pet. Doesn't matter now. I hope he got out. You're probably gonna break me now anyway, right? Better he doesn't have to see that, or see her. Okay, so this is another thing. So we're gonna... Okay, so I don't know which one I picked. You gently lift Huxley out of the dollhouse. It is well and truly tempting to pick the puppet up and pop his little sculpted head right off his shoulders. Also, we're breaking him. But what would be the point of that? You'd have nothing left, just an empty dollhouse. You're not sure how you managed to lose control of the situation so quickly. You're only away for a little while. You shouldn't have to watch the house for every second of every day and night to avoid these kind of disasters. You can never stop it when it happened to Dahlia. Of course, you couldn't stop it when it happened to her either. In the end, maybe it is on you for not maintaining a better balance in the household. Can't be sure. You leave the dollhouse alone for now. You may come back to check on Huxley and start the arduous task of attempting to build a connection with him. Oh, no. I picked the one where we kept him. Shouldn't be impossible, even if he is a difficult type. Dahlia was a difficult type too. It took a lot of work to get her to do as you wanted and involved a lot of compromising. Maybe too much compromising. If you hope to ever introduce new toys to the dollhouse again, you'll have to hope you've learned from your mistakes with her. The clown caught you off guard this time, but you'll soon be in control once more. Ending 1B, your new favorites. 1B. Interesting. Okay, here. We're able to skip quite a lot, so I'm gonna go immediately to... We're gonna go immediately to that area. Just real quick. Yeah, we're gonna go... We're just gonna try to keep everything... Okay. Okay, so this has to be the ending 1A or whatever. You're sure it's what he wants anyway. Usually take the pup out of the dollhouse and tear him in half in your hands. His fabric body shreds with minimal effort. What a waste. Dahlia is beyond repair. Huxley was a disaster. That rabbit has completely vanished. You'll have to start over from scratch. You don't even know if you have it in you at this point. Perhaps you'll avoid choosing such big egos in your next project. It only causes trouble when they crave to be in control, knowing you're the only one with any control here. Well, save for instances like tonight, even if humans can't control everything. And 1A, you spoiled her. Okay. So that was like the Dahlia route. Let's see, what time is it? You know what? We could do the other route. It wouldn't hurt to have all the endings in the one video, right? Okay, so let's get through this. Okay. So we're gonna say Huxley is winning me over now. It would be a lie to say that the clown wasn't growing on you. Though at first you did only bring him into the dollhouse in order to provide Dahlia with some company. He's a funny little guy in his own right, even if not always through with his jokes. You have to start thinking of some ways to make him feel more welcome in the house now that you know Dahlia will be able to get along with him. Okay. Things are fairly peaceful in the dollhouse for some time after. You check on the toys from time to time, a little more frequently than you would. It was only Dahlia and Whisker in the house. It's more active than it has been in some time, so there's more to see going on. You decide you'll be adding some new things for them from time to time to keep up this level of activity. Try that piece on the bottom right there. Whisker leans forward against the table to move on one of the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle. His little paw nudges it carefully down to fit within his place. Oh, okay, that's part of the red costume. That's why the color is so different. Oh, what are you two up to in here? Hey Dahlia, Whisker was just helping me with this puzzle. I tried by myself, but you know me, Butterfingers. Huxley says this as he extends one of his digiless stump arms before lowering it again. Oh, yes, I see. I really enjoy puzzles too. You should have told me. I would be happy to help. You were reading, so I didn't want to bother you about it. Plus, I think Whisker likes puzzles. Dora perks up at this, confirming the statement. Dolly's demeanor changes at this. Something about this is bothering her. Whisker would never want to do puzzles with me. He never wants to sit on my lap like that either. Actually, where did you get this? I don't remember seeing this puzzle before. You haven't? I found it in the foyer today. I assumed you'd left it out. I don't leave my things lying around. It must be new. How odd. The owner always brings new gifts to my attention. I guess it was for me then. I don't think it's much your style anyway. Dolly moves a little closer to the table to look at the illustration on the puzzle's box. It features a group of circus performers putting on a show in front of a drably dressed audience. Their costumes are bright and colorful against a muted background. The only full character in the puzzle they've put together so far is the mustachioed clown in the striped tights. Yes, I suppose it would have to be for you then. Something wrong, Dahlia? You can still put it together with us. Not wrong, exactly. But was this the only thing in the foyer? Yeah, I didn't see anything else out of place. Well, you two enjoy your puzzle then, I suppose. I have other things to do. What's up with her, Whisker? You think she's mad at me? I hate guessing games like this. Guess I'll just ask her about it later. Dahlia makes her way up to the attic and knocks on the ceiling of the house. Are you up there? I know you had to be here earlier. Sure. I thought so. That was awfully mean of you earlier, you know. Leaving Huxley a gift and nothing for me. Now that you have a new toy, you're just gonna leave me to gather dust? She's being so melodramatic, but you did somewhat expect this from her. She's never taken well to having to share attention, though you're a little surprised she's already noticed you giving him more attention over a single small gift. Didn't even thank you or give you credit for it, so it's not as though he's going to be seeking your attention out because of a puzzle. Well, since you don't plan on answering me, you should know I'm feeling very cross with you about this. Okay, so she's already in a mood. Between leaving me alone in here for so long and then immediately turning your attention to your new friend, I'm feeling very replaced. So I expect you to do something to make this up to me. Fragile body and a fragile heart, the porcelain drama queen exits the attic. I like how the like the like the like the in-character dialogue for us, like because this is supposed to be reflective of us, our thinking. It kind of reflects like how we're viewing the the characters, because in the Dahlia route, obviously the text right here makes it out as if we don't like Huxley, and then right now it's seeming like we don't like Dahlia, calling her a drama queen and insensitive. So you might consider getting her something as well to cheer her up. So that's interesting. But at the same time, you don't want to encourage her to indulge in such dramatics every time you do something with Huxley. And you know she'll catch on if you make it a pattern. For now, you'll just have to ignore this outburst. You leave the dollhouse alone for the rest of the day. The next morning, you decide to check on the group around before breakfast time. Luckily, it looks like everyone is relaxing as they are all spending time together. Okay, so it's a quiche? Quiche, Huxley. Oh no, quiche. Quiche. Are you paying attention? You look ready to fall asleep. I'd never get up this early. My head feels empty, my body feels boneless. You don't have bones, and I'm not sure if your head is empty or not actually. Do you have glass eyes like mine? Wait, you're distracting me. I'm trying to give instructions. Wait, No, I was doing the Huxley voice on her. Again. Sorry, Lady Dahlia. Please continue. Well, I was gonna have you dice vegetables for the quiche. But I'd rather not have you holding the knife while you're so tired. Why don't you mix up the eggs for me instead? I'll mash out the other ingredients for you to mix in, and you'll just have to man the mixer. Aye, chef. Easier for me. I'm a klutz with a knife anyway. Ah, right. Butterfingers. Did she take that seriously? The group gets to work on their complex breakfast dish. Dahlia works efficiently as she dices up their various vegetables into little cubes that will suit the size of the dish. She occasionally moves to check on Huxley's progress, but he seems to have things handled. Whisker hangs on to the clown's back, watching the mixture running in the bowl, and occasionally moving the lever switch when Huxley asks him to. Right, because we know Whisker likes Huxley now. I guess Whisker has always liked Huxley, huh? As you watch, you start to notice how much Dahlia looks over their way, a small frown on her face. Whisker catches her eye at one point, and she looks away. She turns her gaze down to her cutting board. By the time everything is put together to go into the oven, she's on edge. She excuses herself from the kitchen, asking Huxley to set the timer for her on the way out. She heads to the foyer. Stepping to the foyer, Dahlia spots a handful of items on the box turntable that Huxley arrived in. A couple of colored balls, some silk handkerchief squares, also colorful, some oversized playing cards. Nothing she'd really be interested in. Okay, so we're just giving Huxley more shit. But there is one particularly ornate item among the group. She approaches and picks it up. Oh, what a cute little cane. I usually prefer parasols, but this is nice. Ah. As she turns the wooden cane over in her hands, she observes the metal handle at the top. It's fairly textured, made to be easy to grab even without wrapping fingers all the way around it. The flat top holds a little painted disc, painstakingly etched with a decorative H. Your work is detailed even with working with such small materials. You're very particular in making this gift. And okay, so this is where she finds out that was for Huxley. The handcrafted cane lies splintered in half on the ground. Whoa. What was that? Nothing. Didn't I tell you to wait in the kitchen? So? I don't have to. And I was worried you were acting weird. Are those for me? Dahlia kicks the handle end of the broken cane behind her with her heel. Probably. Looks like all of it is for you. Whisker skitters across the foyer to Huxley's side, carrying the cane handle in his paws. His little plush steps went unnoticed by the larger toys in the room. Huxley takes the cane and looks to see what Dahlia was hiding. Jeez, Dahlia, what's your problem? Seriously, what did I even do? It's not you. I'm just upset with the owner right now. I was really angry and I had just picked up the cane. I was so mad I just hit it against the box without thinking and it broke. It was an accident. But Bull, you didn't break anything else. You only broke something that was for me. Huxley, are you crying? No. I honestly didn't think it would have meant so much to you. It's just a cane. It was made for me. Nobody's ever made something just for me. You have so much. But you want to take away what I've got too? It was an accident. You already admitted you thought about it. That's enough. You're very upset with Dahlia for this, and you can see Huxley's getting pretty worked up. Best to separate them for now, and put Dahlia where you don't have to look at her face for a little while. Yeah, see this wording right here makes it seem like we don't like Dahlia now. But you put Dahlia away in her room and locked the door. Huxley, who was already upset by this turn of events, is terrified at seeing her hand enter the dollhouse so suddenly. There isn't much else you can do but leave him alone to calm down. Dahlia pounds on the door of her room. You can hear her voice cracking as she cries to you, threatens you, says whatever she can think to be absolved of any guilt. She just doesn't want to take responsibility for what she did. You decide to leave her in there until you're feeling less upset about what happened, whenever that happens to be. For now, you decide to focus on making a new gift for Huxley. You hadn't expected him to be so sentimental over it. But knowing now that it's so meaningful to him, you're newly motivated to make something for him that he'll enjoy. If he's willing to accept something like that from you, even with this fear of your physical presence, it's a good first foot in the door to actually bonding with the clown. But what to make? Um, um, bed, a portrait, remake the cane. Uh, guess it wouldn't really matter, New bed does sound nice. Right, he's still sleeping on that rickety old metal frame in the attic that's been in there for years. You're sure he could use something more comfortable, and on top of that, you can customize it to be more suitable for him. Perhaps it would look nice with some bright colors and a star relief carving on the headboard. Maybe bed knobs that look like circus sea lions balancing a ball on their nose. The idea is ambitious, but your mind is already racing with ideas. You decide you had better get to work right away. Over the next couple of days, you leave the dollhouse alone to work diligently on the bed for Huxley. You imagine he would like some time without you living over the house after what happened before. See, we're just keeping him in mind right now. However, you know that before you can present him with his bed, you'll have to try to get things back to normal within the house. It's time to check on Dahlia. Find her lying on her bed, completely despondent. She's fully dressed, though you can't be sure whether that means she has been getting up every day to get ready or just hasn't changed her pajamas since you put her up there. You unlock the door with a click. She's immediately alert. You're back. I thought maybe you were going to leave me in here forever. I'm sorry for acting out before. I shouldn't have destroyed something that you made. Well, this is a surprise. But you doubt she'll learn much from this, even if she's trying to make up with you now. Okay. You should consider my feelings too, though. It's not about the gift specifically. You know that, don't you? Oh boy. You're unsure what to do in response to this. She looks ready to burst into tears, and you're still pretty cross with her. Doesn't negate your suspicion she's only trying to get your sympathy, so you forgive her for acting out. Yeah, I hate this mindset, bro. I really hate this. Oh my god. This dialogue is really making me seem like a stubborn piece of shit. Like I'm barely just noticing it now too. But now that I kind of caught it, I've just been paying attention to this. She looks up and around the room expectantly. When nothing happens, she slowly sinks in. Or slowly sinks. I see. You don't want to talk about it right now. That's fine. It's fine. I should go let Huxley and Whisker know I'm out again. And I suppose talk to Huxley about this. I love you. Please talk to me soon. She anxiously hurries out of the room, her posture stiff and her expression full of worry. Just in case you stuck around to listen in on her and Huxley. Dude, I hate it. I hate this, bro. I really hate this. I really wish there's like a good ending to this game, where like both of them get the same amount of attention. But I think we know how this route is gonna end, kind of similar to the last one. Find the conversation already in progress, but their voices are low and hard to hear. Perhaps Dahlia didn't want you to listen in. I just worry that that's the direction this is going. I don't remember it clearly, but I do have mentions in my journal. I don't think it's out of the question that replacement is what they have in mind. I don't know them very well, so I couldn't say that, but when I got here, you tried very hard to tell me how much you trusted them on stuff. Plus, don't you think that's kind of an overreaction to a few gifts for me? This house is already full of stuff for you, so it's just common sense that more things would be added for me to balance it out. You just don't get it. My bond with them is special, so I can tell when they're pulling away. Well, so what then? So what? Yeah, I mean, they put me in here for you, didn't they? It's not like you'd be alone even if they did decide to focus their attention on me. Okay. Well, that's not the same. Yeah, that's probably something you shouldn't have said. I'm not trying to say I don't like you, Huxley. I like you a lot, you're my friend. But the honor, that's something else different entirely. My friendship with you makes me happy, but you don't give my life purpose. Nobody can do that for you, Dahlia. I know you think you're made just for them, but here's the thing. You have no purpose, nobody does. Nobody can give you one. That's the awful truth. You have to get by in life by your own will. Or just spinning your wheels like I was when I just gave up. It's your own choice. There's no pressure to live for someone else, but there's no drive outside of your own wants. And that's difficult, but it is what it is. But you can't possibly be right. And how would you know anyway? You spent your whole life just moping around hating what you are. Just because you lack any purpose doesn't mean I do too. I should have known better than to confide in you. You don't get it because you've never been anyone's favorite. Well, I'm Whisker's favorite. Ugh. Bro. You can't be saying that. For the second time in just a few minutes, Dahlia storms out of the room, though this time it's clear she's angrier than she is upset. Huxley, bro. But at the very least, Huxley stood his ground this time. Dahlia looks like she's going to go soak over tea in the kitchen, so you feel safe in leaving them alone while you get back to work. I mean, so far he's not as bad as Dahlia is in her route. He just seems like he's pretty chill. But still, though, it does seem like it's getting a little too comfortable. Not as bad as Dahlia in her route, but see. Oh wow. Today you finished your bed for Huxley. Rather than draw attention to it, you left it in the foyer for him to find. You're excited to see his reaction. Pushes the bed, reaching out to touch the headboard as though to check if it was real. Feel a sense of pride in the little piece of furniture being carved out of real wood. It's not some cheap plastic diorama piece from a craft store. Clearly he notices just how much work is put into it. He sits on the edge of the bed, testing out the springiness of the mattress. It's definitely better than the old one in the attic. It's only your hope that he would feel more at home this way. It's a big piece of furniture that can't easily be ignored, and his style is all over it. Like Dahlia's imposing four-poster bed, Huxley is meant to display he has a very permanent place in the house, and it's all his. You're probably around, right? Right, there you are. Jeez, I just realized I don't really know how to talk to you. Especially since I've been avoiding you. You had to have noticed that. Sorry about that, and thanks for this. I really didn't think you'd care about me at all. Since it'd be pretty easy for you to just sneak at me as some object for your entertainment. But you surprised me. Also, I'm not lugging this thing up the stairs by myself, you'll have to move it. Dahlia steps on the stairs, frowning as she looks at the conspicuous bed in the foyer. Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm not gonna like this. Huxley's initial Dravia, what the fuck? You can't just be throwing words like that, man. Dravia, dude, joviality, clears right up as seeing how she's looking at it. Oh, what is this? It's taking up the whole doorway. Huxley gets back up off of the bed where he was sitting. I don't think it's going to stay here. It's probably for the attic. Right, the attic. I suppose we'll just dismantle the old one to make room for the new one. Huxley doesn't respond to that. He likely knows it holds a secondary meaning in her eyes. Oh, I see. I suppose I'll have to do it myself too, since you can't really help with that. You're just trying to get a rise out of me now. How so? It's the truth. Don't you think everything I do should be about you too? I am the only one who hasn't been acting that way over you after all, so I would understand your confusion. Why are you so jealous of me? Jealous? There's nothing to be jealous of. The owner is only giving you attention because you're a novelty. You're new, and they'll get bored of you. Shut up. And even if they do, whatever. Whisker's my friend. I thought you were too, but whatever. One is plenty for me. At least he cares about me. You never care about anyone but yourself. Whisker quietly enters the room, having heard the commotion, and his name is being used. He looks especially worried. Sorry to rope you into this, pal. That's not true. I care about the owner, or else this wouldn't even matter to me, because they care about me too. Oh yeah? Then what happened to you? What happened to what you said before about their silence being fine with you? They can ignore you all they want as they aren't giving attention to anyone else. As long as they aren't giving attention. Okay. You're not sure at all about whether they care about you. You're worried you're just a toy to them. Because you put all your worth into getting their approval. You make yourself miserable, Dahlia. So stop coming up with ways to blame me for that. Neither of us can control what they do. Neither of us can know for sure how they feel. Neither of us can guarantee we're more than just possessions for them. So it's pointless. If you don't want to be my friend, just leave me alone. He sat in silence for a moment. Is that really how he feels about you? Even after you went out of your way to make him feel welcome? He's right about Dahlia's insecurity, but maybe he's the same. Maybe he just can't trust you. You don't like it, but it's hard to completely disregard his point of view. You aren't in the same position at all, and he knows it. Surely he realizes how long you've dealt with Dahlia and your dramatics, though. If you threw out toys every time they were difficult with you, you would never have any. Dahlia returns from the kitchen. Huxley? What? What do you want, Dahlia? You really don't understand a thing. You ruined everything, don't you get it? Dahlia? Dahlia holds a kitchen knife in her hand. Oh shit. Oh, she's gonna stab him. She's gonna stab him. Okay. Great. I was wrong. I can admit that. Wanting friends was wrong. It should have been just us. Even Whisker doesn't need to be here. Whisker's quick to flee. Okay, that was kinda messed up. That was really messed up. He bumps into the box, knocking the lid open. He uses it for cover. Poor Whisker. You're acting nuts. If you want the bed so bad, just take it. I just won't have anything. It's better than whatever this is. I don't want this stupid bed. I just want things to be like they were. Dahlia, please, you're scaring me. You begin to reach in for Dahlia, but she lunges before you can come even close. You're doing it on purpose. Going on and on about how much it doesn't matter to you, about how you aren't even trying. It just comes so easy to you, doesn't it? While I worry and try and actually care about what happens, you just mope until everything gets handed to you. I'm not. Please, I'll just go. I'll ask him to take me out of here. That's not good enough. I need to know that you won't come back. Oh. Dahlia! Okay, so we're watching this happen in real time. Oh, this is amazing. I meant that in the most sarcastic way possible. Oh no. With the knife swinging, there isn't much you can do but wait. He stopped moving early into the attack. She even tore out his spring and tossed it across the room. Not that he had been able to use it to get away. He's barely recognizable as the puppet you chose by the time she stands up over him. Oh, poor Whisker, he's just watching this. His rubber head was split right in the middle and now lays sprayed on the ground like open butterfly wings. This is so fucked, dude. Oh my god. It's like each half of his face is a mask, each displaying a different emotion held in his final moments. His lining is shredded, his stuffing tossed every which way. He's beyond salvaging. Whisker, you weren't always so bad, so I'm sorry about this. You step away from the dollhouse. How did things go so wrong so quickly? You need to find something to put Dahlia in. Did she kill Whisker too? You can't leave her in there, but you don't want to pick her up while she's acting like this. The knife is the size of an X-Acto blade to you, but you don't doubt she would stick it right through your hand if you gave her the chance. Assuming she didn't go for her vein instead. You find a jar that should be about the right size and grab a large paintbrush to shove her into it with and return to the dollhouse. You're met with a burning smell and the sight of smoke exiting the windows. What's going on? Find Dahlia sitting in the attic. In the brief time you're away, she set the room ablaze. What? I can smell some sort of accelerant. Makes you wonder if she put some thought into this before, about what she would do. It occurs to you to attempt to scoop her into the jar, but fire is already creeping up the sides of her dress, of her hair. What? Okay. Let's did what we do before. Keep her, and then we're gonna. The house is definitely ruined. Huxley and Whisker are beyond saving. Oh, Whisker. Right. That's probably what she meant. She was gonna burn the house with him in it. Horrible as she has been, she's the only thing left. Reach into the dollhouse with your tools and scoop the burning doll into the jar. It's lucky for her that you chose a glass container, or you wouldn't have even had the option. You hurry her into the bathroom. The lid held over the jar to try to keep the smoke from escaping. It's not quite enough to smother the fire. Smother the fire. Oh shit. Oh. I really don't like this. You finally bring her to the sink and turn on the faucet, drenching her and filling the container with water. By the time you've done all this, her cotton clothing has been ruined, her wool, wefted hair has easily burned away. Her paper flowers only ashes in the water. She's naked and charred and unrecognizable. But she's alive. Try as she might to convince you otherwise by seeking emotionally to the bottom of the jar. You'll have to remake her. The damage is extensive. But she's a monster of your making. You'll breathe new life into her, and hopefully this time you'll get it right. Ending to the Princess Ashpuddle, whatever that means. Great. Okay, let's. Yeah, so I guess there's like one more ending then. So we're just gonna skip through all this. Okay. That doesn't matter. So this time we're just gonna leave her. Huxley was right in a way. She's in a hell of her own making. It never has been so clear as now when you see her being taken by the flames. Cracks form from the heat and her clothes and hair burn away. You look away. You start to think there was never a possibility of either of you being happy in this arrangement. It's both a punishment and a mercy to let her burn. You leave to grab a pitcher of water for the fire. To scale, it's small and fairly contained. The only damage is to the dollhouse. Still, you move your paint thinners and repair supplies off from your table and spritz down the surface with water to catch any stray embers. And you wait. You don't put out the fire until you're sure she has been reduced to nothing more than pinceless porcelain debris. Take some responsibility for the situation. After all, it was your dollhouse. You were in charge of it. Wait, I didn't mean to click that. Things are clearly beyond any redemption. You're not sure when you'll be up to it, but you'll just have to start over fresh. New home, maybe new toys. And you'll be sure your control is known to be undefiable so that this never happens again. Probably not the best takeaway from this, but okay. Ending to be the doll maker, the monster maker. Gallery. Oh, what is this? I guess this is a... Okay, so that was Don't Toy With Me. So I don't actually play like visual novels all that much, but this is a pretty good one. I like this one. It's kind of making me wish I played more visual novels, but I could definitely start playing more. I don't know if I'd be so quick to find another one to post on this channel, but I'd definitely be on the lookout for some more. Just play some on my spare time because I really like this one. I like the characters, which is a shame because there's no happy ending for each of them. Even old Whisker, but yeah, uh, pretty cool game. So I'll see you guys later.